Welcome back to another episode of Unveil the Real podcast. I'm your host, Scoobs. And man, it's a pretty good week. Good week for the Chiefs. Good week for, again, the families getting back home safe who, came to travel here to where I'm at, for my birthday and all, man. Thank you all for all the love and support once again. We're just going to keep this thing rocking, man. It was my first birthday without my twin brother. So, again, RIP to the twin, man. RIP to bro, man. We just going to keep this thing rocking. But, again, back to, this current week. Week 12, man. Week 12 in the NFL was very interesting, man. We got a lot accomplished. Chiefs pulled off this victory. Woo! We pulled it off, y'all, by a field goal. I wouldn't care if it was by 1 point or whatever the case may be, man. We pulled it off. I know any and every Chiefs fan and Colts fan were just sitting at the edge of their seats, man, because that was one hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Defense stepped it up in the second half to prevent, the entire Colts offense, especially Jonathan Taylor, from just taking off, man. So we'll get a little bit more into the Chiefs as we keep going along with this episode. But let's get into this week's AFC West, chasing the crown, man. Chasing the crown. I never doubted us, but obviously, man, chasing that AFC West crown is going to be very tough. I know the Vikings and the Chargers, they both have bye weeks, so should be interesting for both of those teams to come back from bye weeks. As far as the AFC West go, the only other two we can talk about are the Chiefs and the Raiders. Now, let's get into this Raiders game. Now, the Raiders, man, Raiders lost 24-10 to the Cleveland Browns. Very, very, very special shout out to Shedeur Sanders, man. He pulled off this victory. First win of the year, of his first start of the year as well, man. So that's a big accomplishment, man. A lot of fans. Cleveland's hype. You can tell that the team was very hype and really wanted to turn up for him. Really wanted to get this dub. You had his pops in attendance as well, man. So it was really just a lot to be hype, to be hype about, to be thankful for. Again, Shedeur, man, he's getting a shot. He got a shot, and now they have named him the starting quarterback. I'm not for sure if I believe Dillon Gabriel is cleared to come back or to get back on the practice field and things like that. But obviously, at this point, man, thankfully for the Cleveland Browns defense, but at this point, man, just rebuild. Let's just finish out this season. Y'all see that y'all have two decent quarterbacks. I'm not about to sit here and give Shedeur Sanders just too much praise, but again, that was a very, very interesting game back. He went for 11 for 20, 209 yards, one touchdown pass, one interception. And believe it or not, I was very shocked by this stat. He only got sacked one time. Now, a lot of people really been criticizing him for running or not just getting rid of that ball fast enough. But I think we all can see now that he's listening, regardless of what people might want to say. He's coachable. He's listening to the media and everything else that's going on. So we really got to take that in consideration, man. If there was some type of bet on will Shedeur Sanders get one sack or more, most people would have chose the up. Most people would have chose more. Just for the simple fact of how he performed in the preseason. Heck, how he performed in Colorado. Not having the best O-lines, that could hurt anybody, any quarterback. But just wanted to give him, just just shout him out, man, because he did a great job. He did a great job. Now, again, this is versus the Raiders, which is one of the worst teams in the NFL. But at the end of the day, they're all professionals. You know what I'm saying? They got to handle business just like us. And the last thing I'll say is, man, when I first started, I kept switching back and forth to that game. I actually thought Shedeur Sanders was hurt for a moment, only because in the first one or two drives of the Cleveland Browns, they went Wildcat, like right in the red zone, right, like right there within on the 5-yard line or less or whatever. They went Wildcat. And again, let me see, because I know that running back Junkins, yeah, he scored 2 touchdowns. He rushed 2 touchdowns, man. He's pretty nice, though, man. I believe that's the rookie as well, man. But shout out to Junkins, man. That was pretty nice. That was pretty clever for the Browns as well, man. I mean, what? You guys are going Wildcat at the beginning of the game, second drive or whatever it was. That's pretty bold, But again, I'm glad overall. I'm glad Shedeur Sanders is doing this thing, and got to give him his praise, man. Geno Smith, man, he was trying, but look at these stats: 285 yards passing, 1 touchdown pass. 0 interceptions, right? But he got sacked 10 times. Now, this is speaking a lot for the Cleveland Browns defense, y'all. That's exactly what I was trying to explain. Their defense is on fire right now. We got to give it up to the whole D-line, especially Myles Garrett, man. I mean, that was just an impressive performance. But again, look at Myles Garrett's reaction while he was on the sideline. I'm sure everyone's seen it. Look at his reaction to the sideline as Shedeur Sanders threw. It was like a 50-plus yard pass, and it was almost a touchdown if he didn't, kind of jump and fall all over the place. But it was a 50-plus yard pass, man. Again, on the scramble. I mean, he had to do what he got to do, man. That's what you're supposed to do as a quarterback. Sometimes you got to make plays, man. So. Anyway, as far as Myles Garrett goes in the entire defense, you can just tell they were very impressed and they really turned up after that. So we really got to keep our eyes open for the Cleveland Browns. They are 3-8, so I'm pretty, again, they just need to focus on who they're going to go with moving forward and how this next season is going to go. I wonder if Myles Garrett is even going to stay there. But we'll see how it goes, man. For real, I'm impressed to see. And but yeah. But again, I just spoke a little bit about the Raiders. That's all I can really say, man. They're trash. Just take it how you want to. They're trash. The stats are the stats. The numbers don't lie. The camera don't lie. So we used to say that all the time to our boys where I used to coach high school football at. Like, the camera don't lie. So while we sitting here watching film, all this good stuff, this is what you did, and you're trying to say you did not do it. Camera don't lie. All right. So let's move on to the Chiefs. Chiefs, man. Of course, anyone been paying attention to my episodes, I told everyone I am only going to be wearing this hat, this Chiefs Kingdoms hat, man. I love this hat. But I'm only going to wear it when the Chiefs win a game. Okay, you win some, you lose some, man. But regardless, Chiefs move up to 6-5. Colts move down, which they're still ahead of damn near everybody. They move down to 8-3. With that loss. Now let's look at some of their stats. Daniel Jones, 181 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, and 0 sacks. I am so glad that, I really had to start paying attention to the sacks when it comes to, the quarterbacks and paying attention to the defenses who were getting these sacks or getting these pressures or vice versa. So it really just, obviously me being a Chiefs fan, that just speaks a lot on some of the different areas that we really need to look at. And again, this is why I just said numbers don't lie. There's no reason at all. Now, I understand because the Colts have a they have probably the top offensive line in the league right now. They definitely do. Between like them and the Eagles, I mean, man. But the fact that Daniel Jones, I don't care what team he plays for, that speaks a lot about the Colts offensive line. For them to protect Daniel Jones that much to where he has no sacks speaks a lot. Okay, so Chiefs, man, let's get it together, man. Let's get it together on the front line, on the D line. All right. Jonathan Taylor, we kept him probably at a season low for 16 carries, 58 yards, 0 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm speaking about sacks and things like that when it comes to the pass. When it comes to our pass rush, our passing defense. But again, we kept the running back who is reigning MVP. Definitely people are chanting him for MVP for quite a while now. We kept him probably at a season low, or we can probably just say this might have been one of his worst games this season. I can probably just speak for that. Okay, 16 carries, 58 yards, 0 touchdowns. So, obviously every player has their games, or I can even just say every player, takes off plays or whatever the case may be. But, again, we Chiefs, we just got to keep our eyes open, man. I know for sure between some coaches, I've been saying Travis Kelce, some coaches, and we got to do something different as far as on the defense, on that defensive line. So there's definitely going to be some changes coming up, and it's just the realization. We got to be realistic about these things, y'all. All right, so let's move on to Patrick Mahomes, man. 352 yards passing, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. And he was sacked 4 times. All right. Big shout out to Kareem Hunt, man. 30 carries, 104 yards, and 1 touchdown. All right, Kareem Hunt. The next person who rushed more than Kareem Hunt is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I keep forgetting Pacheco didn't play, but Kareem Hunt got 30 carries. Clyde Edwards-Helaire only had 5 carries. So we can already see the difference right there, y'all. But it's another reason why I know we're saying that as well, man. A lot of real diehard football fans understand we need a better run game. We need a run game because our run game right now is not. And hey, one hell of a job for Kareem Hunt, bro. I know he probably got to that locker room, took a shower, and he probably in that ice bath or something or whatever. But I know he is, he had one hell of a game, and we really got to give it up to Kareem Hunt, man. He really tried to put the team on his back because between the chemistry between Mahomes and Kelce is really dying out. In my opinion, I believe that the Chiefs really started putting things together when we stopped focusing on Travis Kelce. I believe we were so focused on Travis Kelce that Mahomes and this happened a few times this season. He even he would not see guys who are wide open and things like that. So we really got to take those type of things in consideration moving forward, again. So Chiefs, man, good victory. Kicked that field goal, won in overtime, 23-20 versus the one of the number 1 teams in the league right now. So regardless, man, that does speak a lot for the Chiefs. It does speak a lot for just what we need to look forward to and what we need to scout and do to get better, man, because we are not going to get – we still have like 5 more games left, at the minimum. Let me just say that, at the minimum. Actually 6, hold on. This is week 12. Yeah, 5 or 6 more games. So let's get into this week's Get 'em Chopping. All right, y'all. This week's Get 'em Chopping, man. Dude, every week there has been some situation with somebody doing something to literally get them suspended for, the next game or get them a huge fine or something like that. All right. This week's Get 'em Chopping is, I want to say he's a DB. He's a safety, I believe so, for the Panthers, man. His name is Trayvon Moehrig. Now, he was suspended for 1 game for punching wide receiver for the 49ers, Juwan Jennings, in the balls. He literally like punched him in the balls. Like it was crazy. And of course, at the end of the game, right when people, both teams are, walking up to each other, shaking hands and everything. He tried to sneak a couple of them in or push him or whatever the case. Juwan Jennings did, and you cannot blame him, bro. You literally punched me in my balls. Like I'm talking fist balled up, just boom, like aimed down. Pause. But I mean man, we thought last week when Jamar Chase spit on Jalen Ramsey last week, we thought that was big. You know what I'm saying? Which is, and this is why I mentioned, like, man, it's levels. There's all type of different levels to disrespect. But come on, bro, you literally aimed at his ball. So that's pause, man. I just had to say it like that because it's nuts, balls, growing area, whatever, man. It's just so many lines of disrespect that a lot of these players, just they will go the extra mile, man, and we're seeing it. We're seeing it every week now. So, yes, Trayvon Moehrig, you got to get him chopping, man. Get him chopping. Come on, man. We gotta have better sportsmanship than that. God damn. All right, well, let's get into this week's reaction video.
Any information that you have, please come forward.
A thief was electrocuted while attempting to steal electrical wiring, and now his family is suing the charging company for $3 million. The incident happened late at night in Houston. Texas surveillance footage shows 18-year-old Darius Johnson sneaking up to an electric vehicle charging station. He planned to cut out the copper wiring and sell it for cash, but the moment he sawed through the cable's insulation, a powerful surge of electricity shot through his body, lighting up the area for a split second before he collapsed to the ground. It wasn't until the next morning that a janitor discovered his body and called the police. When officers and paramedics arrived, Darius had no signs of life. The coroner's report concluded he died from cardiac arrest caused by a high-voltage electric shock. A few days later, Darius's family filed a lawsuit against the charging station operator, Volt Edge Energy, claiming the company failed to take adequate safety precautions and was therefore responsible for his death. After reviewing the case, the judge dismissed the lawsuit, stating, "The operator fulfilled its reasonable safety obligations. The victim knowingly engaged in illegal activity, and his death was the direct result of his own actions." The court ultimately ruled that Volt Edge Energy was not liable and ordered Darius's family to pay $30,000 in damages for the equipment he destroyed. Do you think the judge's decision was fair? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah. All right, man. Put it down in the comment what y'all think about this video. I mean, I know I'm about to get my little reaction, but what do you guys think? Do you guys think the judge was fair with, with what he said, and also making the family of the young man pay a $30,000, damage fee? I mean, that might be taking a little too far, in my opinion, but come on, man. We got to be a little more realistic about this. That looked like that was his father and his mother. It looked like he had siblings and the whole good support system, it looks like. But who knows what the bigger picture is here? Who knows if that mother or father has been in his life? You know what I'm saying? So I know when when I look at these reaction videos, man, I really try my best to just stick with it, because there could always be some other circumstances to what's going on. You know, that young man probably could be he probably was in a foster home. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things that we could think of. You know, he probably got kicked out of the house, and he probably living with his parent. He probably living with a friend, and he got to make money. Who knows what the case may be, man? So, you know, to answer the question, you know, that the video just asked, do I think that the judge was fair? I mean, yes. I don't think that company needed 30,000. I know they could have done that themselves, but I don't know. In my opinion, I don't know if I would have made the family pay that $30,000 in the damages and all. But I mean, but I truly feel like that's what's going to come if you want to try to sue them for millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you want to sue them for your son trying to cut and damage property and steal the property. I mean, how is that our fault that, you know, that happened to your son? You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking for myself. I hate to be the one to just say it like that, but that your son had no business doing this. Your son willingly knew that, you know, that you're dealing with high voltage stuff. Now, I don't know if he's done this in other places or if he's just watched some YouTube videos and oh man, all I gotta do is cut this and cut this big old wire and this dude to give me this much money. Like, hey, maybe they mentioned make sure the power was off. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what they might have mentioned. So my condolences to this family as well. This is why I try my best to explain to my kids, money is not everything. All these material things is not everything. You know what I'm saying? Who knows why he needed the money so bad, but again, we don't know the full story. I do not know the full story. So all I can really give y'all is what I'm seeing, same thing that y'all are seeing. All right, so put it down in the comments. Do you think that this was you know, a fair situation? You know, was it a fair trial? Fair, you know, do you think the judge was fair about everything, or do you think, you know, he really took it a little too far? Again, condolences to the family, but y'all know what y'all son is doing. Y'all, or maybe y'all didn't know what y'all son was out here doing. But this is why us parents, we really got to start teaching the importance of just work. You know, I guess you could say working hard. You know, focusing on your careers, focusing on the more important things in life. Because if all you're going to focus on is money and the material thing, man, I gotta get this money. I gotta get these Jordans. I gotta get this Scat Pack, this Jordan. I gotta go to the NBA YoungBoy concert. Like, come on, man. Like, it's so many other things that these young kids are gonna have to worry about as they, because this is a young man who is not even an adult yet. You know, obviously he was in high school, so we gotta be a little more realistic about a situation like this. Like, that's nobody's fault. Sorry to y'all, but you know, this was y'all son, y'all whoever. You should have taught them better than that. But again, at the end of the day, I teach my kids a lot. I talk to my kids quite a bit. Do I think that they're going to listen to some of it? Yes. All of it? No. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be realistic about this. But, you know, but me and my wife, we do a great job at explaining to our kids there are going to be consequences for situations like this. So, you know, man, again, shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. We're just going to keep them in our prayers. But comment below. I really want to know what are some of y'all's thoughts on this, because I know some people are going to be harsh, but why should I care? That's what that was on. Like, okay, I get it, but you know, let's just, you know, I get it. All right, comment below, y'all. So let's end this episode with music of the week. Man, if it was up to me, I probably would have had this song on a whole bunch of my workout videos. I try to only use, you know, one song or one audio one time because I make so many workout videos. But anyway, music on the week, man. These two artists, for one, most people, you know, who grew up in the town, most people know his rap name from back in the day. It's called Boy Big, but he is now called how you pronounce it? LeVar Fletcher. You know what I'm saying? He used to be Boy Big, now he's LeVar Fletcher. And the other artist is Father Figure. These two, well, let me say this. Father Figure, man, I actually was blessed enough to meet this gentleman, man. He is just a real authentic, just a real guy, man. I mean, you know, shout out to you, Father Figure, man. Like, I've been a huge support. I love his merch. I buy his merch quite often. You know, he's kept his word every time. You know, I've had to interact with him and all. He's just such a huge support to the community. I mean, just a real stand-up guy, man. You could tell he's from Kansas City. It's so funny how people are like, man, I could tell when you meet a guy or something like that, sometimes most of us can tell if you were from Kansas City or not. Just being honest about it. So shout out to him, man. Father Figure, man. Father Figure and LeVar Fletcher, man. This song is called Eyes Open. I'm pretty sure this is going to be on their new album, Fig and Big. I'm excited for this album as well, man. It actually comes out on Thanksgiving, 2025. So please, man, y'all cop that album, download it. I'm sure it's going to be on all platforms. I'm a huge support for both of these guys, man. LeVar Fletcher, I know he changed his name. I know he changed his life around as well. Most people know the artist that he used to work with. He used to do obviously so much music with Rich. But I'm just glad that he's still out here, man. He's still making good music. He still has the same voice, same voice that everyone loves, man. Like, you hear his voice, you think of the town, you think of just a guy who is still out here, just really out here, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm really excited because this album I know is gonna be fire. I'm gonna be slapping it in my Bronco. I'm gonna be just a huge support, man. But and y'all see him all around the town anyway. So anyway, the name of this song, man, is Eyes Open, man. I'm not 100% sure, but hopefully this song is going to be on the new album, the Fig and Big. It's the talk around the town, man. For real, these two artists are coming up. They've been up really, but Father Figure, man, I know he lost a sibling as well. I just lost one of my siblings. So, man, just special shout out for him, man. They're both trying to bring more positive music, but, man, keeping it real at the same time. Like, hey, I got something for you if we gotta go that route. But if we ain't gonna go that route, I'm gonna go this way. You go that way. I'm gonna pray for you too. You know what I'm saying? So, everyone, have a great day. We'll see y'all at the next episode, man. Thank y'all. Eyes open.
They act like they don't see us, but they see us. How could they not when they know in their heart the game need us? I ain't no lame man, I'm from the game. I rep Jesus.